Hey friend, Drew Canola here.
Jill Smart.
She flew in from Wisconsin. She's one of our FitLife certified health coaches. Her and Lynn have been here just a little bit ago. You were questioning yourself, your life, your relationships, everything in your whole entire experience. One of the biggest things you had to go through was self-sabotage.
Yes.
And like really not loving yourself, right?
Correct. Completely correct.
So I brought her on today to talk to you guys about that in this Mindset Monday and give you 3 tangible tools, techniques that you can use to get over self-sabotage. So where were you when you realized that this was a problem that you had?
I was in not a great spot. I had just had an injury to my knee. I had an arthroscopic surgery on my knee.
Okay.
I had great damage inside my knee.
Yeah.
From years of standing as a nurse.
Yeah.
And what happened was I ended up with permanent nerve damage from that surgery. And prior to all of this happening, I was a triathlete. I was very active, enjoying my life. Thought I was on the right path for me. And when that happened, it just kind of took everything away from me. All I kept focusing on was what I had lost, what was gone from my life, and how was I ever going to get back to that. And I found myself falling into really bad habits. I was using food to comfort myself.
Yeah.
I was putting on weight, definitely feeling sorry for myself at the time, and just felt like my life was funneling in.
Is it safe to say at the time of this, everything that happened, you would always see like the bad side of it?
Yes,
that kind of thing?
absolutely, absolutely. I was in a really dark, bad place. And I knew I was in a dark, bad place.
Yeah.
And didn't really know exactly how to get out of it at that point.
So when did you decide to change? When was like the light bulb or the catalyst?
I actually saw your video on the Alpha Reset. And something about that video just struck a chord within me. And I knew it was calling me. It was just the right thing for me to do. There was something about the encouragement and everything that I heard from you within that video that said to me, you need to do this. You need, this is exactly what you need. And so I jumped in both feet. And I started watching every video I could, every mindset video, anything that was available.
What's been your favorite mindset video so far?
Oh gosh, my favorite yeah, I have a couple of yours, but they're all at the ranch.
The ranch ones?
Yeah, they're all at the ranch, and every
the selfie stick, walking around the ranch. They
make me cry every time, but I love it. I love it because they're so profound.
I like to think that when I make those videos, it's me as a reflection of you, showing you a side of yourself that you need to see, and I think that's really what connects with people. It's
true, because I feel when I watch those, I'm drawn into them, and I feel like you're standing right there talking to me.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Well, when I say we're in this together, I mean it. Yeah. And now Jill's a certified FitLife health coach. We're going to be telling you guys how to do that soon if you have an interest. So how does somebody in your situation that maybe waking up every morning and thinking that it's the end of the world, or that this victim mentality, like all the cards are stacked up against you, how do you make your way out of that? What's the first tangible tip?
Well, I think the first thing that you have to do is you have to realize that it's going on. And oftentimes, I know we hear this all the time about if you don't know what's going on, you can't start to make the changes. So you have to really get honest with yourself and realize that this is happening in my life. I'm sabotaging my life, and this is not where I want to be. This is not how I want to live my life. That's not always an easy thing to do. But you have to get real with yourself. The next thing is that you have to recognize. You have to recognize that it's happening in your life, and that there are possibilities, that you can change this, and that there is help out there. But you have to seek it out. You have to stop being afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big fear. It was my big fear, and I've known so many people with that same fear.
What's the next one?
Next one is to, you need to rewire yourself.
Okay.
And that's a huge task.
So rewire, reframe.
Because
tell us how you did that.
I think oftentimes We just tend to keep sabotaging ourselves. We don't want to admit what we have to do. And in order to do that, you have to look at, why am I doing this? Why do I continue to do this? You have to look at those triggers and figure out how to stop having that trigger in your life.
Yeah. So what was one of your triggers?
I think my biggest trigger for me was that sort of that self-pity of, oh, this happened to me. Why did this happen to me? I stopped, and I had to stop asking why. I had to stop asking why and realize that this happened for a reason. Everything in our lives happens for a reason, and maybe you don't know it right then, but there's always a bigger picture. And if it hadn't happened to me, I wouldn't be sitting here right now doing what I'm doing, being extremely happy and gratified.
Yeah. And Jill's helping run our group coaching. You're on all the group coaching calls. You're impacting hundreds, if not thousands of people. And you're right, you wouldn't be here if you didn't step up and start to rewire.
Exactly.
So what's the next one?
You have to rewrite your story.
All right, so is there a process that we use at FitLife for rewriting?
Yes, there actually is. It's one of my favorite parts of FitLife. It is the Whydenity. And I have actually rewritten my Whydenity several times since I've been in this program. It's beneficial. And it's something that you have to continually go back and update and upgrade. And then as we get into our coaching program, it is something that we teach with our coaches, that you have to continuously look at the story of who you are and who you want to be. And set those goals high and dream. You have to dream big.
So let's challenge them. If you're watching this Mindset Monday, first of all, give Jill a big thumbs up, because this is awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. And then secondly, homework for them would be to essentially dream, right? 10, 15 minutes before you go to bed at night. Just let that mind go. Start thinking about what you want to create. Write it down. Look at it.
Yes.
Do your homework, you guys. 10 to 15 minutes. Dream big. I'm Drew Canole.
Jill Smart.
Remember,
we're in this together.